Hi there, this is a quick video to show you how the new AutoRequests functionality works in Endorsal. So the first thing we need to do is set up a couple of things here. Obviously we don't want to contact our customers too often, requesting reviews, so this feature here allows you to limit how soon they can be contacted once they've left the campaign. So here, for example, it's set to 30 days, but you can set it to whatever you like. Next, we have some email settings here. So by default, all emails will come from an @Endorsal email address, which is generated based on the name of your property. Obviously, you can change the sender name here and the reply to address to whatever you like. That can be your own domain, etc. If you want further control, you can use a custom email address. And there are extra settings here to validate and then add extra records to your DNS settings, which will improve deliverability. So once you've verified the address and added these, all emails will then come from whatever address you enter here. So once those settings are complete, we can start sending our first messages. So we create a campaign. We'll just call this number 1. So you choose a campaign type, email, SMS, or both. You can select which endo form your contacts will be sent to via the messages they receive. You can select one there. You can choose a localization for the endo form, and you can also add tags. So any testimonials that result from this campaign will then receive this tag, which is obviously great for organizing feedback. And then you can choose which contacts will enter the campaign. So by default, it will pick up all of them. You can add simple rules like, they have an email address, and it'll filter that through. You can get really specific and contains Dwight. There we go. You can do time-based things, so when they were added to Endorsal, when they last received a message, when they last clicked one. And then you've got more advanced custom attributes down here, which can be added to contacts when you import them. So for example, you could only send it to female contacts, and reverse male. And you can even track numeric values, so you could track how much contacts spend and only request a review once they've spent over a certain amount. So say greater than $500, and it's filtered out those 5. So yeah, let's keep that as that for now. Oh, and you can combine these, sorry. So you can add spend is greater than 500 and it's female, for example. There we go. And you can narrow down and add other rules too. So if you wanted to include the button there, and there we go. So once you've selected your contacts, you can then choose either a message template, which is a pre-designed sequence of messages based on different niches. So you can choose from some of these, or you can create your own from scratch. So for now, let's just choose general testimonials. So that's now created this list of messages. You'll see each one has a name, a delay. So instant, obviously, as soon as the campaign goes live and a contact enters it, they'll get sent the first set of messages. So we'll get an SMS and an email here. And then 7 days later, they'll get a follow-up. And then 30 days after the initial message, they'll have another follow-up. You can add new messages to this and obviously change it to whatever you like. Let's go for reviews instead. You've got another set of messages here, but they'll be slightly different. So here's the editor, the message editor. So you've got an SMS editor and an email editor. So you can actually just type straight in here whatever you like. One of the great things is that you can actually insert dynamic data. So you've got contact data here, which can be added. You can include property name, the website, the domain, your data. So if you want to say, you know, it's first name from property name, you can insert that and it'll obviously generate it as the message sends. And then over here you can preview or send a test. So if we go to preview, you can actually pick contacts and view their live data in the message. So as you see here, it's added that. You can also send a test message. So again, you choose a contact and it'll add their data, and then you just add a phone number there, and you'll receive a test. Similar sort of thing with emails. Here's how the email editor looks. Got a few more controls and a few more options than obviously with SMS, because that's just simple text. Whereas here we can get quite creative. So you can add a star rating, you can add just a super link, which will render a nice button there for this particular template. You can even add a live preview, which again, once we preview that, will create a preview of what the testimony will look like, which will increase engagement and increase click-throughs, etc. So again, we can send ourselves a nice little test message here. We'll send that through. So once you're happy with all of your messages and have checked everything, you can then set the campaign to go live. So once we do that, within the hour, the first round of messages will be sent. So these contacts will enter the campaign and they'll receive the first 2 messages. And then this area will start to populate, obviously, with the stats based on that. So yeah, you just need to basically sit back and let the reviews come through and let the AutoRequests system deal with it all. And quickly, here's an extra feature that's coming soon. So once a customer does review you through this system, you'll be able to send follow-up messages. There are various use cases for that. So obviously you could say thank you for leaving the review. You can ask them to share the review on other platforms. So say if they just left one via Endorsal but didn't then share it to Facebook or Google, etc., it'll automatically send them a message asking them to do that with the sort of review pre-populated and everything. So all they have to do is paste it into those platforms, which I think will be really useful. And obviously then you can also send a reward to customers for leaving the review too. So yeah, there's a few new things in the works there, which I think will be really useful for a lot of people too. So yeah, that's AutoRequests really. It's very simple to use and to set up, but very powerful in that the way it will generate reviews for you completely on Autopilot. Great. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy using the system. If you have any questions at all, please let us know. Thanks very much. Bye bye.